At the end of this video, I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on what happened in New Orleans yesterday. I am not happy with Sean Payton. I am as aggravated with him now as I was yesterday afternoon. I know some of you guys out there like it when I go on these mini rants, and for those of you that enjoy seeing me aggravated with someone, stay tuned until the end of the video. First things first, I've come to the conclusion that the woke media thinks that we're all stupid. These people actually believe that if they say something, if they tell us something, we're just going to blindly believe it. When the opposite is true, I hardly believe anything that I see or read from the mainstream media. The media is as corrupt as it's ever been. The mainstream media has become nothing but a propaganda machine. There is no such thing as news anymore. When Ted Turner owned CNN, it was an actual 24-hour news network. Sure, they had some opinion shows, but for the most part, CNN reported the news. That's what they did. They reported things as they happened. They presented the news to the country, and then they let the people decide their own opinion. Today, the mainstream media spends their time trying to convince us to fall in line with the agenda. They have essentially just become another wing of a corrupt government. It is never, ever a good thing when the media is aligned with a corrupt government. It's the media's job to keep the government in check. Instead, the mainstream media has adopted the job of covering up for the government. They lie to the general population. 90% of what you see in the mainstream media is bullshit. I'm about to give you an example of what I'm talking about here in just a second. Since the start of college football season 5 weeks ago, there have been constant chants of F Joe Biden. I think the reason that these chants started, or one of the reasons anyway, you could find 1,000 reasons to say F Joe Biden. In 9 months, I cannot think of one problem that Joe Biden has solved. He's screwed a lot of things up, but I can't think of one problem that he has resolved. But one of the reasons the F Joe Biden chants broke out is because Anthony Fauci came out before football season and said that football games in the South were going to be super spreader events. We can't pack 90,000 people in football stadiums. The COVID is here. We must look out for the greater good, the collective. These people are arsonists. They are going to fill hospitals to capacity. Damn. That hasn't been the case. You guys know how I feel about Anthony Fauci. Like Joe Biden, Anthony Fauci has yet to be right on anything regarding the COVID. He has spent the last 18 months lying to us. For a while, the country, especially the media, hung on Fauci's words like it was gospel. But now, no one listens to him. This man has lost all credibility. Anthony Fauci used to make headlines every day with his dark and dire COVID predictions. Now, his commentary is just the butt of jokes. No one takes him seriously. His prediction of college football games being super spreader events has turned out to be wrong. I know, it's a shocker that Anthony Fauci was wrong again. COVID cases down here in the South have rapidly declined since the start of college football season. Matter of fact, I saw a study last week. States where the population is mostly unvaccinated have less COVID cases and deaths than states that are heavily vaccinated and restricted, regulated. Now, you're not going to hear that from Anthony Fauci or the mainstream media. Fauci is too busy telling you that you're not allowed to have Christmas this year. It's too dangerous. Anyway, I believe Anthony Fauci's super spreader prediction about college football is one of the reasons that F. Joe Biden chants have started to break out around the country. The chant has started to spread to other sporting events, and it happened again over the weekend. NBC was interviewing some NASCAR driver after the race Saturday night. His name is Brandon Brown. I assume he won this race. Can't think of another reason that he would be interviewed. As the NBC reporter was interviewing him after the race, a familiar chant broke out. This reporter from NBC actually wants you to believe that this NASCAR crowd was saying, "Let's go, Brandon." If I had to guess, someone in the production truck likely fed her that line. That's likely why she paused for a few seconds. She was listening to instructions from her producer. But these people really do think that we're stupid. They really think we don't have ears. We can't comprehend what we're hearing. Those people weren't saying F Joe Biden. They were saying, "Let's go, Brandon." These are the extreme lengths the media will go through to pretend that the country is just in love with Joe Biden. They do the same thing with athletes like Megan Rapinoe or the WNBA. Hell, they spent the entire month of August covering up for all the anti-American athletes at the Olympics. Trust in the media is at an all-time low, and rightfully so. It's the reason more and more people are flocking to normal, everyday people for their news. I can't tell you how many times that I've been told that someone gets all their news from me or other YouTube content creators. Why? What do I say all the time? This is not an agenda-driven channel. Sure, I give you my opinion, I give you the news from my viewpoint, but I don't come on here and lie to you. I don't tell you NFL ratings are down because of their renewed push for social justice when NFL ratings are actually up. Credibility is important. If you guys don't find me credible or reliable, you're not going to watch. Look at the recent ratings for cable news networks. MSNBC and CNN combined have one show in the top 10, Rachel Maddow, which means CNN has 0 shows drawing ratings. No one's watching CNN because people know it's all propaganda, it's all lies. Why do you think Joe Rogan is so popular? He's not popular because the show is entertaining. I mean, it is entertaining, but that is not the reason Joe Rogan is popular. Joe Rogan is successful because he's authentic. Howard Stern was successful for so long because he was authentic. The number one thing an audience is looking for is authenticity. You can't find that in the mainstream media. All right, let's get to Sean Payton and my Saints before I head out to lunch. The Saints returned to the Superdome yesterday. First time in over 600 days that New Orleans had a capacity crowd for a home game. I received reports from several people who were at the game that the Saints were not enforcing Mayor LaToya Cantrell's ridiculous COVID protocols. From what I was told, it was just like a normal game. People weren't wearing masks. They weren't checking for your vaccination status at the gate, which it did upset some people. I saw a guy on Twitter yesterday complaining about it. The Saints aren't enforcing the COVID protocols. This is not right. People like me attended this game thinking that it was going to be a safe environment, and people are walking around without masks. Oh no, no mask? I'm sure you were so scared, so worried. Look, if you're that afraid of the COVID, there is a simple solution to your problem. Stay your ass at home. Then the only thing you'll have to worry about is catching the COVID from your lampshade. Let's get back to Sean Payton, though. I don't know if I have ever been as disappointed in Sean Payton than I am right now. After that embarrassing meltdown in the second half, in his post-game interview, Sean Payton made the comment that at some point, the Saints are going to have to make field goals to win. While that is true, and while I can't wait to get Will Lutz back and send Aldrich Rosas packing, the inability to kick field goals was not the reason the Saints lost yesterday. Some people were actually blaming the defense. Yeah, the defense was terrible in the second half. New Orleans has one of the best defensive units in the NFL, but their Achilles heel is their lack of ability to contain speed on the edges. That's why Saquon Barkley and Kadarius Toney had such big games yesterday. The Saints have trouble stopping speed on the edge. But the reason the Saints lost boils down to one thing and one thing only, and that is coaching. And when I say coaching, I'm only talking about Sean Payton. Sean Payton used to be one of the most aggressive play callers in the NFL. Jameis Winston has the ability to light up the scoreboard when he's not handcuffed. Sean Payton is handcuffing Jameis Winston. He doesn't trust him. Towards the end of the first half and through the third quarter, Sean Payton loosened the reins a little bit on Jameis Winston. They started throwing the ball downfield. And look what happened. Jameis Winston was on fire, 12 straight completions. He was torching the Giants' defense. It was opening up the run game for Alvin Kamara. For the first time since week 1, the Saints were in a good rhythm offensively. And what does Sean Payton do? He pulls a hot Jameis Winston on fire and inserts Taysom Hill, who comes in and underthrows Deontay Harris by 10 yards, the shortest receiver on the field. He had a wide open touchdown. Taysom Hill underthrows him by 10 yards, throws an interception. It was a momentum killer. It lost the game. Sean Payton handed the Giants momentum. The Saints never got it back. Now, there were plenty of other questionable decisions from Sean Payton, but what I want to focus on right now is his love affair, his unhealthy love affair with Taysom Hill that is costing the Saints games. Sean Payton is the only person, the only person that doesn't realize Taysom Hill is not an NFL quarterback. He has been on a mission the last 2 years to prove to everyone how smart he is, to prove Taysom Hill can be a starter. The Taysom Hill packages that the Saints run have become predictable. Sean Payton is the only one who hasn't realized it. Cam Jordan went on Twitter after that loss yesterday, and he took accountability, something that his head coach did not do. Instead of taking responsibility for his idiotic play calling, Sean Payton threw his kicker under the bus. I wanted to throw my remote through the television when I saw that press conference. It was a pathetic press conference from Sean Payton. And I like the guy. Sean Payton's my dude, but damn, his ego is out of control. The Taysom Hill experiment is over. Jameis Winston is the guy in New Orleans. He was doing everything right, decision-making on point. And you pull a quarterback who was on fire and put in your lover boy? It doesn't make any sense. You want to know the difference between Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill? You want to know the difference between those two quarterbacks? Jameis Winston is an NFL quarterback, and Taysom Hill is a college quarterback. That is the difference. And I'm trying not to be too hard because the Saints have been through a lot of adversity already this season. But right now, Sean Payton is the problem in New Orleans. It's not Jameis Winston. It's not the defense. It's not special teams. It's not missing Michael Thomas. It's not missing Will Lutz. It is Sean Payton. He is the problem. Sean Payton lost that game yesterday. Sean Payton has been coaching not to lose instead of coaching to win. And that's never been his MO. He has always been an aggressive play caller. And I don't know what the hell's going on with him. It's been going on for a couple of years now with Sean Payton coaching not to lose instead of coaching to win. And until he gets out of that mentality, the Saints are going to continue to struggle offensively. I thought the last couple of years Sean Payton was doing that to cover up for Drew Brees' weaknesses. Drew Brees has been hurt the last couple of years, didn't have the same arm strength that he used to have. I thought that's why Sean Payton was dinking and dunking. But now you have a quarterback in Jameis Winston who can throw the ball downfield and do it well, and you're still handcuffing him. Like I said, until Sean Payton breaks out of this coaching not to lose mentality, the Saints are going to continue to struggle offensively. All right, time to let me know what you guys think. Give me your thoughts on that NBC reporter covering up the Joe Biden chants at that NASCAR race. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.